I reckon I could give you some reckons.
OCR cut, 50 basis points.
Look, half a point will make a massive difference for so many New Zealand families. We're going to see about $400 a fortnight for someone with a $500,000 mortgage. That's making a real difference to the amount of money people have left at the end of the week, and it frees them up to drive an economic recovery that leads to job creation. It'll also show up in rents, which we've already seen falling as landlords pay less on their mortgage. All of this is good news, but it's only possible because the government is saving its own money. When the government wastes less, the people eat more, and that's precisely what we're seeing transmitted through interest rates right now. I reckon that's enough. Oh, sorry, yep.
This boost to households may translate into a feeling of better sentiment coming into the next year.
Yeah, look, it's been a very hard recovery from too much government waste, too much inflation, too high interest rates. Those dominoes are now falling back up so that people can have some relief and breathe at the end of the week. That can only lead to greater optimism for New Zealand households and businesses, leading to job growth. But all of this is possible only because the government is managing its own books the way that so many households had to, while we had a government that was spending and wasting too much. Very simple equation: the government wastes less, the people eat more.
Right. Would you expect more cuts if inflation rises above 3%, or should that be a signal to the Reserve Bank to stop?
Well, the Reserve Bank's got a mandate to keep inflation between 1% and 3% in the medium term. We'd expect them to do that. But what they've shown today is that they've got confidence in the government's fiscal management, that we're not going to blow out the way governments have in the last few years. Therefore, they can afford to be looser on interest rates, and that means effectively money is being transferred from government, which has been far too wasteful, to households and businesses, which are desperate for that drink after a long time.
Are you happy with inflation at 3%? Is that okay with you?
Inflation is the government's official policy to be between 1% and 3%. So yes, I'm happy as long as it's between the target band of 1% and 3%.
Can the government get re-elected with national polls in the 20s?
Yeah, absolutely. The government is at present three parties. It needs at least one party, but likely two and maybe three, that together have a majority of seats in the House. My goal is to keep making the case that the ACT Party is a party that helps you keep this government, but also make it better. Right now, people are feeling a tough winter. We get that, but they're also going to be voting on the economy as some of the work that we're doing to cut red tape and cut government waste pays off.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, you talk to me about it. See you later.
I just want to get you on Te Karere. What do you make of Te Karere having its funding cut?
Well, again, that's a decision, I assume, for New Zealand on air. As long as they're making that decision according to good principles, then we're very happy.
And the Hui's also been cut, so 2 Māori shows being cut. Is that fair?
Well, again, so long as New Zealand on air are making these decisions based on sound principles, then yes, it is. And I think what people sometimes forget is that there are a whole lot of New Zealanders who are sitting there asking, what is on TV for me? You're seeing plummeting viewing rates. If they're doing something that will actually make sure that what people see on TV reflects their preferences, that might not be such a bad thing.
Had Te Karere turned into a bit of a mouthpiece for Te Pāti Māori?
Well, I don't actually watch it. I mean, for one thing, it's not in English, so that doesn't really make it very accessible for someone like me. Nonetheless, I think it's critical that Te Pāti Māori are answerable to all media. I see these false accusations that you've been jumping out of bushes. I mean, I've never known you to jump out from behind a bush. Maybe you're so effective I didn't even notice you do it, but it seemed to me to be a fairly BS accusation.
Te Pāti Māori's got their reset plan tomorrow. What are you sort of hoping comes from that?
You know what? I don't really have any hope for Te Pāti Māori.
And do you have any thoughts on the Stuart Nash texts? I've got them here if you'd like to see them.
You were like a one-woman News of the World embedded in News Talk ZB. Look, I
think that's an insult.
It's a compliment of the highest type.
Was she spying on people? Was she hacking people's phones?
Well, she's only just starting out. I mean, come on.
There's an allegation that there was a deal with Peter Crisp in here about the way that this sort of news story was handled. I mean, did that concern you?
No, look, I mean, I tell you, the things that concern me today, more kids going to school, lower OCR with lower mortgage payments, greater opportunity for New Zealanders to actually see their efforts in life paying off. A lot of this other stuff, people want to talk about something on the other side of the world, what Stuart Nash is texting, as if anyone cares. I mean, I don't know, you can focus on that if you want. There's so many things that this government needs to fix and is fixing that matter to New Zealanders. I'd rather talk about those.
Do you reckon though he's fit to be an MP for New Zealand First?
Well, I mean, first of all, he's not an MP. Second of all, that's another party. And third, there's an election next year for which at this point he's not even a candidate, so who would know? Fair enough. Cheers.